Icewind Dale, Twitch, and YouTube. A story of cold, hard roleplay and red-hot dice. Within the realms of frozen terror and general frivolity. Nat One Heroes presents Rime of the FrostMaiden.
We can roleplay a little bit here. I know Zephyrus had something that they wanted to share with the group leading into this next chapter.
So I like to imagine that Zephyrus is bent over a desk, like scrawling away, and everyone's interrupting him in his writing whenever he says something particularly uncharismatic. And he starts reading off to everybody. To the miserable assholes of 10 towns. That good? Yeah.
No.
You can't put that.
Why not?
Try again. Be nicer.
We want them on our side, Zephy.
I think it sounds fine.
What if we just say citizenry?
Well, of course you do, Niall.
Okay, fine. To the citizenry of 10 towns, and I hope the sarcasm leads into that. I will not hope that this letter finds you well. If anything, at least some of you deserve worse than what has been brought upon us all, and a small number of you are responsible for this misery. The long winter has lasted 2 years now, and your struggles are evident. Hard decisions have been made by all. I envy no one who has had to survive in this. Oriel's Rime has the entire region in her cold grasp. Food is hard to come by, and her curse robs us of even the warmth of the hearth. I have seen children, frostbitten and left to starve and freeze in the streets. The Dwerga are more bold than ever. Devil worshippers are out in the open. With her presence, only the most dastardly thrive. As it is, with every compromise made to appease her, we die by inches. But I pass on to you the advice given to us by the White Lady of Lochdenshire. Grow strong. Furthermore, if you are lacking in strength, at least add to someone else's. We fight for summer, 10 towns. We fight for the chance of a warm hearth. We fight for you, you undeserving cowards. That
You
too much.
can't call them that.
That's not.
You who will not fight.
Fair.
That's
A little
better.
But those of you who can, we offer you the shame you so surely deserve. The reminder that you are in desperate need of.
Thank you.
10 towns does not belong to Oriel. If strength determines ownership, then we merely need be stronger than her. Raise your spears, raise your swords, raise your hopes, raise your wood axes, raise a goddamn fire poker if that's all you have. Raise your weapons, knowing that if you do not, you may never raise another glass or another child again. Zephyrus Crucible, Ranger of the Snow Patrol. Except,
Good.
Are you
That's
really
not
from the
quite-
Snow Patrol? Like,
yes, but that's not quite accurate anymore, is it?
is that our name? Are we called the Snow Patrol? Is that our group
No,
name?
that's an official Ranger thing, and that's the other thing I
Oh.
wanted to talk about.
Oh,
What are we? And I don't mean that in like a romantic will they, won't they sort of thing. I mean, what are we together?
Also, it's pretty sure that we will.
Yes, definitely.
ooh.
The only question is whether or not Niall will top me.
I mean, I top everyone here. I don't understand what the question about that is. I am daddy.
I am soft daddy. We have discussed this.
Right. You're soft daddy. Right. You're more of a switch kind of thing. Here's the thing. If you just want to like top everyone else and I just sit back with popcorn and watch.
That sounds
That's
hot,
fine.
actually.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you're trying to like decide like what our band is called?
Well, I don't mind in private calling us the Polar Polycule. I think that's kind of cute. But, we can't exactly go, hey, speaker, Polar Polycule's here.
I mean, we could. We definitely could.
That would give off some big D energy.
Yes, I mean, though, however, it's the way that I see it, it's nobody's business. But we should.
What?
It's too much into our private lives, and we don't want the common folk getting nosy. Wow.
Look, we're not just limited to common folk here. Here we have
Right.
common, commoner, and commonest.
Right. I'm thinking more along the lines of I'm thinking more of the lines of, what if we were called like
The
Trying to think of
frozen
something.
fist.
both ominous and dangerous. So something with spear in it, I think would be cool. Or spike.
Hmm.
The snow
The-
bunnies.
Oh my god.
Or like the ice spikes. Or frostbitten.
Or torchbringers.
Torch bringers. Dry ice.
Well, you all can think about that if you'd like to. We don't have to come to a decision on that right now. But if you want to keep thinking about it as we go, that is perfectly fine. So in the interim between now and the last session, you all as a group have been notified of a missing acolyte of the Morning Lord. And you remember that the Morning Lord has kind of a clergy in Bryn Chander. I'm not sure if you visited the Temple of the Morning Lord, but you were aware that it was there. So there's something weird going on where an acolyte has been missing for quite a while, and they want you to investigate if you're able to.
I think we can take this mission on. We don't really have anything better to do.
Well, I'm following you, Zeppy.
We might as well, yeah.
I'm sorry, what? I was drinking.
Of course you are now.
Some
Is that-
egghead has gotten
I
themselves.
got it! We're the ebb and snow!
Oh, shit.
What? It's really good!
I believe
Yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm. It is, actually.
Anyway, we're going on a mission. We're
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah,
go-
yeah.
Do you need me to fuck some guys up?
We might need to
Apparently,
fuck
we're
some guys up.
rescuing an egghead.
Yes,
Why?
some
That's what
egghead.
Zephyrus said.
Some egghead is missing.
Which particular egghead, and why should we rescue them instead of just replacing them with someone who won't get kidnapped? Or missing?
You know what? We can ask that. We can ask that if you want to.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should ask that.
But yeah, an acolyte of the. Oh shoot! What was it again?
What was what? Our
Morning?
group name?
I mean, clearly you don't remember, so.
I'm not asking the DM.
Out of character, what was the question? Sorry.
Oh,
Did you
in
ask for
character, Zephyrus has already forgotten who it was.
Oh. I also just didn't have the executive function to hear who it was either.
It was an acolyte of some sort.
An acolyte? So an acolyte of...
And
An acolyte
somewhere.
of Lathlander, the Morning Lord, deity of dawn, creation, something to do with
Guy.
sports. I think maybe I don't know.
Sports.
I think it's sports.
Like hockey?
Sports ball.
Yeah. Curling.
curling is one of the most intense athletic feats that I've ever participated in.
You have to show me sometime.
Oh, I will. Like, just not this. Hopefully, like in an actual real winter, not a 2-year-long one. I will show you. I'll show you how to curl.
It's not like the basketball thing you showed me where you had a severe advantage because of your height, is it?
No, absolutely not. But I mean, like, how good are you at sweeping?
I have a lot of experience from my own Acolyte days.
Perfect. If you can sweep, like, we can make a curling team.
What does sweeping have to do with making someone's toes curl?
Oh, I mean,
You
first
can.
of all, like the domestic type, that definitely makes their toes curl. However,
Well, I would do more for the group, but nobody likes mushrooms.
I love mushrooms.
I love mushrooms.
What?
When were we offered mushrooms?
You must have dreamed this.
No, I offered you
Zephyrus?
elf's ear, and you said no, that's gross.
We just thought there was actual ears, bro.
Yeah, that was actual ears off of your necklace, I thought.
No, that'd be gross.
Do I look like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
druid?
that's
I don't
what we
know what the
thought.
mushrooms are called.
We actually thought that you were going to give
we
us
thought you meant
cooked ears off of your...
Do you think I'm some sort of barbarian? And then Zephyrus stands up and he puts his necklace of ears underneath his shirt.
The fact that I'm more civilized than this guy, and I'm a little fucking monster, bro. I'm a goblin. It's a bit concerning.
Do you want to answer him, Niall? I'm going to...
What's the question?
No, I heard the question as soon as it came out of my mouth. I don't want to hear the answer.
Oh, okay.
Let's get over to their temple or stables or whatever it is.
The place we were going. Yes, we'll go
Right,
there.
let's go. So
Go
we're
to the
gonna
place
go
where we were
see. We're
going,
gonna
yeah.
go see a temple about an acolyte that we apparently need to rescue, but yeah, my mic is a little far. I don't want it to cover my face though, or in my blind spot. What was I saying? Shit, need. Wow, out of character. My executive function sucks today. We got to see a temple about an acolyte who is missing and see if he's even worth rescuing instead of replacing him with someone better.
Yes,
Yeah, that was
that
the
is our
question.
mission to a T.
Yeah. Because the thing is like, why waste like resources on rescuing someone not worth rescuing if he can just be replaced?
I mean, I'm going to
Actually-
find a different way to word that, but yeah.
Yeah,
Are
says
you,
the man
though?
who
I read
just
your
wrote
letter.
that. Like, you just did like this call to arms where you insulted literally everyone.
Nobody in 10 Towns likes a liar. It's not like I could call them good people.
I mean, yeah, but there's one thing between calling them not good people and calling them despicable scums of the earth.
That's not what I said. I said they
You
were
could just not
unrepentant
put
We'll
an
liars.
have them all
an adjective.
useless.
You could have just not put an adjective, and I think that would have sufficed. You just
Well,
could
I
have called
struck
them
it
people.
out.
It's okay. Listen. And I like put my hand on your shoulder, which is very far down. It's okay. You tried. It was a good first attempt. We just need to get you an editor.
The first draft is, just
Yeah.
that's what a first draft
You know,
is.
most people don't even get to the first draft, so you're already ahead of the curve, like by what, 88%.
Thank you, Niall.
Cool.
I mean, you did try to call them undeserving cowards until we stopped you. So.
Niall, do you disagree with me on that one?
That they're undeserving? They haven't proven themselves to be deserving or undeserving yet. You still need bodies. I mean, the thing is that they are surviving.
So I like to imagine we're saying this out loud in front of people as we're walking to.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. This
Yeah, as we're
conversation is
walking
happening
to
as we
the-
walk.
talking
To
Yes.
the temple, yeah.
Yeah.
We are making no attempts to hide what we think about people, though.
No.
And the fact of the matter
You
is,
get
fuck
some
because
weird
people.
stares from people around you as none of you are quiet.
and
I
the
mean-
fact of the matter is that people who survive are automatically already people better than the people who haven't survived, because the people who haven't survived are dead.
Mhm. By virtue of existence, yes.
Yeah, like they
Yeah.
exist, so they're already fundamentally better than the ones that don't exist.
Yeah.
And if they want to continue to exist, they'll do a call to arms and do what we say, because we are better at existing than they are.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm with you on
Clearly.
this one.
I agree. That's obvious.
All right, so you make it to the outside of the temple. Would you like to go in? Is there any business you want to handle before you go in?
Okay, does anybody need to pee? Because I've been in temples before. and
Yeah,
they
I
really
do.
don't
Second, I'll
appreciate
be
it
right
if
back.
you
I'm
pee.
just gonna go around back. You can go in and I'll catch up. It's fine.
Yeah, okay. They really don't like it if you pee inside the temple. Like,
Mm.
Really? They don't like it when you pee on the floor? I can't imagine why.
I mean, it just.
I'm
mean,
gonna
it's-
go make some yellow snow. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
I just walk around the side of the building and pee on the building.
He did
All
not
right, you
walk
do.
very far.
And,
Oh my
and then,
God.
and then I walk back. Yeah.
He's visible from the road, isn't he?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Oh, I
And
don't
as
even
you,
check.
Do you enter the temple? Deacon?
Yeah, we're
Do you
entering the
enter?
Afterwards, yeah.
So you enter, and
Yeah.
as you do, you're greeted by a human priest who she's kind of watches you enter, and she says, "Good cleric of Hor, did you need to pee on my building?"
I imagine I am still like doing up my codpiece. Like,
Hmm.
it's like I'm
I
sorry,
know
just-
our
I was told
clergy
you-
haven't been on the best of terms, but I don't see why this specifically was necessary.
I don't think he was actually
was-
being vindictive about it.
I was told I shouldn't pee inside.
I love how
That-
your
that is
options were
correct. I
pee
would
inside
prefer-
or pee
yes.
on the building outside.
I had to go.
Anyway, what brings you here to pee on my building? Good
We were
cleric of
told
Hor?
that your order needed help
I'm
finding
sorry, it
an
was a
acolyte
bush.
who was missing.
I peed
No.
on the building.
No, you missed it.
Oh, you're
Deacon
here
definitely
about
peed on the building.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you have an
you're here
acolyte
about
that's
the
missing.
missing person. Oh, that's not my business. Let me get Copper for you. And she
Please.
just yells to the room upstairs, "Copper!" And you see this gnome kind of scurry down the stairs, and he's wearing his looks like he made it himself, his own cold weather clothing, but it makes him look a lot like a teddy bear. So you see this little teddy bear kind of scurrying down the stairs, like, "Miss Sean, why are you calling me down? I already mopped the floors, okay?" And she's just like, "Yeah, you have visitors for once. Like anyone would want to see you." And so the little gnome kind of scurries over to you, like, "Yes, what do you want?"
We heard you were missing an acolyte.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to
It's a
give
bit more complicated than that.
I'd like to give like a copper piece to the person who led us up there and just apologize for peeing on the church.
Okay, you do. They still look at you kind of weird, but
So your name is Copper?
my name is Copper Knobberknocker, and no, it is not a euphemism for anything. That is just my name. It's my culture.
You're
I'm-
legitimately the second person I know named Copper that wasn't like somebody's pet dog.
Wow, I'm honored that I'm not a pet dog, but also
you know
why
what?
are you telling me
The
this?
other person was pretty cool. He was a werewolf. So, I guess maybe technically.
Oh my god, he could have definitely been somebody's pet dog.
Copper, is
Well,
there somewhere we can have
anyway.
a seat and just talk this out with you?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get out of the way a little bit, and he leads you over, kind of near a lit fireplace because you're in Bryn, Chander, and they can have fires here.
You're doing better than some, I see.
Fire.
So, you're responding to the. I see you got my message.
Yes, yes.
Well, it's complicated. So, my friend named Macredus, he's technically with the Order of the Morning Lord, but also he's more of a wizard. But I don't know how he got into this organization. But we're friends, and he went out into the woods. There's I don't know if you've heard of there's a cabin that's been there for forever, this abandoned cabin. And he had this idea of making this magical device that could change the weather. And, he was on this obsession for months and months. And I went with him. I thought it was a great idea at first, but
No, I see why.
as
obvious everything. I mean, yeah, I get it.
It's a great idea. But
yeah.
It never worked. None of his ideas were effective, and I just, I was getting tired of living out in the middle of nowhere. I wanted to come home, and he refused to come with me. So he has not abandoned this obsession of his to make this device. And I tried everything to get him to come back, to go somewhere that he could actually, live survivably. This is outside of 10 towns. There's nothing out there. And I don't know if he's eating. I don't know if he's, but I don't know what's happening. And we had a
Copper.
We had a fight, but we had a fight over it, and I told myself I wouldn't worry about him anymore, and that whatever happens, happens. But I can't.
Copper,
if something happened to him, I can't let him.
I don't mean to sound insensitive when I say this, but I'm trying to distill this down to its core essence. Are you asking us to do a wellness check on your ex-boyfriend?
He's not my boyfriend, no, but I am asking you to go do a wellness check. Yes.
Would you like him to be your boyfriend?
No, it's nothing. No, it's nothing like that. No.
Why
No.
are you guys all in this person's personal business?
He's asking us to get involved.
Zephyrus started it.
He's asking us to check on his friend.
So, like, this guy, he's not replaceable, though? We couldn't just get a different guy to do the things that you need this guy for?
I'm not so much interested in the person as I'm interested in what they were doing.
Yeah, I would actually like to find out
is
his progress on that, because that would be an incredibly useful thing to have right now.
Yeah.
And if he's capable of researching into that and working on that, it actually is important to keep him not dead.
Very
Copper, I'm
alive
sorry.
instead.
Our interest in this has to be purely practical, because we don't want the entirety of
I think it's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant idea, but I just don't think he can do it alone. I think he needs to come back, and there are people probably willing to help him at the libraries, or I just don't think that he needs to be out in the wilderness doing this. It seems a bit irresponsible.
Fair.
All right. How do we get to this cabin?
And this is me as the DM. Zephyrus, you know of this cabin. It was built a long time ago, like even before 10 Towns was made, and it was built by a ranger. And this has been an abandoned building that if you were out in the wilderness as you were, you would know where it is.
Zephyrus have been there before?
Probably. You've probably been there before.
Wait, no. I remember that cabin. I recovered there one spring after being laid open by a bear. Yeah.
Zephyrus, you got mauled by a bear?
No, maul implies teeth. These were claws.
I see.
I blew up its teeth.
Oh, bro, do you have scars?
Zephyrus raises up his shirt.
Fuck yeah. Like, I
Shit,
fist bump
dude.
you. I am so impressed.
Yeah. I would not have survived that without a tennis, I don't think.
Yeah, no.
Like, I killed the bear, but, you know.
I like
So,
props, bro.
Zephyrus, can you roll? Let's do history to see how well you remember the exact location of this cabin.
All right, 1 second. Oh, that's one of the things I have. I would like to use my inspiration on that one.
Go for it.
20.
That's a 20? Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to move, if I can make this work, I'm going to move you all to the Icewind Dale map. And with that roll, I'm going to mark off on the map where this place is. And this is now permanently on your map. So I'm going to say that Zephyrus has drawn out where this is. So you will have access to this for the rest of the campaign.
Can we ping it?
I'm going to put it into the token layer so that you should just be able to see it.
Okay.
Maybe. You know what? I'm just going to draw something there for now and I'll add it later because I have to move the map around for that to work. So,
Fun day.
did I draw it in the... I don't know if I drew it in the correct layer. Can you see that or do I need to draw it again? I'll draw it again. Here you go. This is in the token layer. You should see a square, a black square on the map.
I got it. Right here.
Yeah, that is the location of the Black Cabin. So if you go just kind of northeast a little bit of Lonelywood, that is where you're going to find this.
I think our best bet may be to go to Targos, then Tourmaline, then Lonely Woods, and then... No. Would it be a better choice to go to Tourmaline and then go around the woods to get up there, or to go to Lonely Wood and then go up the river to get there?
Well, I think we should go straight to Tourmaline. I'm not in a hurry to go back to Targos.
I'm not in a hurry to get off the road.
Right.
I am a ranger, and I am telling you, it is
So-
safer to be on the road right now.
Of course.
I mean, not if we're going through a place that wants to willingly kill Deacon.
Here's my suggestion. Let's take the road. Where are we at right now? Out of character,
You're in
sorry.
Bryn, Chander.
We're in Bryn, Chander. Here's what's up. We can get. It's not that
It's
much
going to be
of
roughly
a. Perfect.
gonna
Listen, let's just get to a point in the road where we just cut across the wilderness to get to the other side of the road.
Just go due north first thing at daybreak.
And we'll do north and we'll just catch the road. We'll have a little bit of wilderness, just a little bit. I trust in your survival skills. And my own. I have pretty decent survival skills. And we just catch the road north, and so avoiding Targos. It might be a little rough, but we can recoup in Tourmaline.
Yes, that is one option.
It's going to be quicker for you probably to go through Tourmaline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just go due north to the northern road. You know, maybe we'll run into a bear moose.
What would Zephyrus know about the wilderness between Bryn Chander and just the northern road?
What was the question? Can you repeat that?
What would Zephyrus know about the wilderness between Bryn Chander and the road to the north?
I mean, there's not a whole lot there.
So no wild rumors, nothing.
Nope, nothing really
Okay.
going on in that area.
I can't think of a reason not to beyond not wanting to get caught outside of towns after dark. If we start first thing in the morning, first light, we should be all right.
Okay.
It'll take you about 8 hours to get to where Lonelywood is. And so maybe a day's travel to get all the way from where you're at to where the Black Cabin is.
So we'll rest tonight and set out in the morning.
Yes, and reevaluate our egress as we get to Tourmaline.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Should we do
Sounds good.
any supply shopping before we go?
Always good to have camping supplies.
I need new arrows. I've been using them a lot here lately.
I still have
Okay.
these delicious rations.
Yes, but it wouldn't
There
hurt
is
to stock
nothing-
up on more if we can
There
take
is
more.
there is nothing delicious about rations.
I think he was being sarcastic, Zephyrus.
I couldn't tell.
I just make the safe assumption that almost everything you or Deacon says should be taken in that manner.
But I am serious and genuine in everything that I do.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
I'm not being sarcastic right now. I mean everything I say.
Yes, I believe you.
Hmm.
All right.
Fucking duck.
Anything they want to do overnight?
Literally?
Do you mean that?
Zephyrus actually laughs at that one. It is a very rusty laugh.
Silly Zeffy.
All right. Is there anything you want to do tonight?
I want to replenish my arrow supply.
So,
Okay. You find a shop and you're able to do that.
Cool.
I'm gonna get 2 more days worth of rations.
Okay. You're also able to do that.
yeah. I would like. Is there an armorer in town? Or a
There's
blacksmith?
well, 'cause- yeah. I mean, you've been here before, so you
Yeah.
remember going to Black Iron Blades. There's
Mhm.
them, and there's literally anybody better. So take your pick.
I will go to the. I will go to people who are definitely better because I have a commission.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. You find somebody.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Hi. So, I've got, and I just come out of my pack the fucking 5-pound tusk of ivory that I had like requisitioned before. So I've got a boyfriend that uses arrows, another boyfriend that likes maces and hammers, and a girlfriend that could probably use a dagger. Do you think maybe we could do something about that?
What's your time frame?
What was that?
What's your time frame?
You know what? You don't have to do it tonight. Just when I get back into town. I'm going out of
It's going to
town.
probably take.
Yeah.
It's probably going to take like a week to do that.
Yeah, week sounds good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Alright.
yeah.
I'll charge like 1 gold for the labor, but you brought the tools, so
Yeah.
I don't need to charge for supplies or anything.
Yeah, no, I can I will pay you a gold now, and depending on how great this shit is, you could see a tip in your like. Listen, like I said before, like these are my partners in arms and in love. So
I see. So
mhm.
good craftsmanship then.
Yes, absolutely. Good craftsmanship. Out of this, if you don't mind.
All right.
Make
I can do
make
that.
make. Can you make 4 daggers and the hammer
With
and the
something like
arrow?
this, I
Yeah.
can.
Okay. Cool. Cool. So we can.
Okay.
I want like 4 matching daggers, some arrows, a hammer, and like a 5th dagger that's kind of special. Can you do
Alright.
that?
I can do that.
All right. You're very cool. Thanks. And I will pay him my gold.
All right, you do.
And I will unmark the ivory. See, Miles, that's not his name. Niall doesn't realize that 1 gold is a pretty good deal, regardless, because armor and weapons made from bone cost 1/10.
Yeah, but I
It's
mean,
not
but you're
bad, not bad.
supplying the
I am
material,
yeah,
so you're
I
just
am.
paying. You're just paying for the labor.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Cool beans. And yeah, I will leave all of this ivory so he can make
So,
presents
Is he
for
making arrows or a bow?
I'm making arrowheads.
Okay.
Arrows and daggers.
Like arrowheads, a hammer, and 4 matching daggers and 1 special dagger. Cool. Yeah.
All right. Anyone else want to do anything while you're still in Bryn Chander?
I just want to make sure we have enough like food. Is there anyone who sells something better than the garbage rations?
Yeah, you can get some better camping food.
All right. I want to get like enough for the group. Like, what's that gonna run?
Probably a gold.
All right, we'll just do that then.
Do that.
I don't know what I got out of that, but hopefully it's enough.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be tracking your food too hard, so.
Well, at least it's better than these rations.
All right. Anything else y'all want to do?
Sleep.
If not, we will press forward, because as much as I want to like let y'all role play in the market, I'd rather not do an entire session role playing in the market. So we're gonna skip ahead. It's morning now.
Zephyrus rolls out from underneath the bed that he slept under.
What if we all just sleep
Okay.
under the bed with Zephyrus?
I like my comfort.
But we can all cuddle with Zephyrus.
Well, after we're done cuddling for a little while and
No.
getting back in bed.
No, nobody touches me while I sleep.
Oh, right. I forgot Zephyrus doesn't like cuddles.
Cuddles is fine. I just have to be awake.
I see.
Like, hypothetically. If you wanted to, you know.
Of course I want to cuddle. Do I not have fucking cuddle me stamped on my forehead? Because I should.
You don't, but I bet they sell that at the market.
You could probably carve like a stamp into a turnip, though. It works pretty well.
That would work really well. You could probably take those old rations and like mix them up and crush them and add some water, and that'd make a good material for stamping it.
Have you been keeping those?
Yeah, they're really terrible. I got some better stuff though last night. This is the morning, right? Morning after.
Yes.
Yeah, it's morning time. Yep.
Yeah, I picked us all up.
And you're saying this while you're walking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make the executive decision that you are walking while this is happening.
I hand everybody a piece of the food that I got last night. Like I don't know, it's like jerky or something.
Yeah, I got
That's
some
decent.
jerky, some bread that's a better quality, maybe even some butter with that bread.
I just hand it around. It's like, what? This is better, right? It's way better.
Yeah. Thank you,
Tasty.
Deacon.
Mm.
All right.
Pleasure.
After about 6 hours, you end up in Tourmaline. I'll describe a little bit about Tourmaline. We won't spend too much time here, but just so you get a feel for this town.
Real quick.
Yep.
Before we get into Tourmaline, Zephyrus
Mhm.
looks at everyone and says, real quick, don't mention my name here, either of them. And he casts Disguise Self.
All right, Jim Bob. Gotcha.
Is that the name we're going
So
with?
Tourmaline.
Yes.
Okay, Jim Bob it is, I guess.
Tourmaline is it's a town founded initially by settlers who really appreciate the beauty of jewels. And there's a gem mine. Primarily, the people of this town are known for selling jewelry and more luxury items. But otherwise, it's a pretty small town, and there's not a whole lot going on here.
So do we just kind of march our way through?
What time of day it is? How long it take it for us to get from here, because we did a wilderness trek, and then like, are we staying here the night? Or are we going?
It's only been about 6 hours, and if you
About
left at the
6 hours?
crack of
Okay.
dawn, yeah, it's still like maybe late morning at this point.
Okay. That is fairly easy. I guess the question is do we want to go through the wilderness from here, or do we want to go from the wilderness from Lonelywood?
I don't have any reason not to go into Lonelywood.
It would take us to the river, and the river is a good guide.
It is. We would basically be almost guaranteed not to be lost. Knock on wood.
Fair.
But, yeah, if that's what you all want to do, I'll guide as best I can, but I don't want to spend any more time in here in this town than we have to.
Let us keep going, friend, if it's making you nervous. Why does it make you nervous?
I have people here who think I'm supposed to stay here.
Gotcha. You should have said that before we came. We could have just gone all the way around.
That would have been dangerous.
Everything's always dangerous.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
It's all right, Jim Bob. I clap him on the back. We got you.
Yes, the traditional dwarvish name, Jim Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Your mother gave it to you. It's a family name.
Yes, my mother, Jim Bob, gave it to me.
Mm-hmm. So you're Jim Bob the Fourth.
Yes.
Wait, how
Right.
are you people spelling Jim Bob? Because I'm like GYMM
No,
BAWB.
like G-E-M, like Gem.
Oh, Gem.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
G-E-M, Gem Bob.
If
Yeah,
you
Jim
spelled
Bob.
it J-I-M, if you
All
spelled it J-I-M, it would be a human name.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a dwarf
right.
name when it's with G-E-M.
It's named
Gotcha.
after a
I see.
traditional dwarvish tool. The first plumb bob that is made for a town is made out of a gem.
Well, you are a tool. That's
I was about to
Deacon!
wow.
Deacon,
Wow.
I think you're useful and very well applied too. Thank you.
I now I feel like a dick.
That's because you are,
You
you
mean-
dick.
You mean you weren't being a dick to begin with?
Mm.
How dare you pick on Jim Bob? We love him.
Oh, we do. You're right.
Yes.
We wouldn't
I'm
be in a
sorry.
polycule together if you didn't love him.
Yeah, I know.
That's true.
We all love each other.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
Very
keep
much.
this family together, goddammit.
Yeah.
Gods damn it. All of them.
All of the gods.
All of them. The goddesses too. Fuck them all.
Divine damn it.
Yes. the
Divinity,
divine
damn it.
I mean, there's
damn it.
I
one
was
goddess.
only teasing.
There's one goddess who's like actively involved in your everyday lives.
Yeah,
The rest have
but, like,
abandoned
we don't like
us.
to invoke her. She's kind of a.
Bitch.
I was not gonna be that kind.
I got you. I finished your sentence.
But yeah, we're walking to Lonelywood.
All right, we're gonna
Yeah,
walk
you're
to
walking to
Lonelywood so that
Lonelywood.
we can follow the river up to the cabin.
Maybe she's only so cold
Cool.
because she doesn't have anything hot in her life.
You know what? Which is why we need to find her and just invite her into this group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not
Maybe-
every
maybe she
problem
just
can be.
needs- Maybe she just needs someone
You
to call
make
her
it to
Owl
Lily.
Mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. So you make it to Lonelywood, and this is, as the name suggests, there's a lot of forest here in Lonelywood. Other than that, people like to make things out of wood, and they also like to fish. It's kind of a lumberjack and fishing town. Not much else is going on apart from that.
Jim Bob, why is it called Lonelywood?
It's a very lonely wood.
But there's lots of wood. So they can't be lonely if there's
No,
lots of them.
the woods themselves are not the lonely part. The people in it are lonely.
Well, if there's more than one person, how are they lonely?
Have you ever just been in a crowd and felt like no one there understood you?
There's nothing more
that happens
lonely
all the
than being
time.
there's
Just-
nothing more lonely than being surrounded by people who don't understand you.
It's true.
That's fair.
And unfortunately, no one here understands each other.
But also, when it was named, there were like 5 people here, so
That's fair.
Wait, so they all inbred? Like, you can tell?
Yes.
No,
We're just
more
gonna go
people
with
came
yes.
along as time
Oh.
went by, as they needed
Gotcha.
more workers.
Just the first 5 people here were incredibly lonely and it just stuck.
Yeah.
Gotcha. They probably formed a polycule.
I think it was a husband and a wife and their children.
Gotcha.
I just thought this was where elderly men came to retire.
Usually they go where it's warm. Like, I hear people go to Boulder's Gate to retire.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
you have to deal with the sewer rats.
Yeah, but there's a statue of a space hamster there, so...
Mm,
Miniature
Zephyrus.
space hamster.
Yes.
Since now you're kind of passing through Lonelywood, can you give me a survival check as you start to head into the wilderness?
I certainly can.
Cool.
I have a proficiency in survival. Could I assist?
Yeah, I
You
also
can
I
assist.
got an 18.
An 18, so a
Okay.
double 18, yeah.
All right. Well, you all are able to navigate your way to the cabin without any difficulty because your fearless ranger knows the best way to navigate. So I'm going to move you all to the new map.
Yes.
We're going to get this thing rolling. I can find where it is. Like,
so the
one
trick,
thing I have to say about this module is that like all the maps kind of look the same because the landscape is all white and gray. So
so the trick to survival here is to just sort of snuff out the temptation to get into the river and paddle along like you're a river otter.
that would be an interesting role that I would have you make if you did that.
I mean,
You would
have to roll
probably
against
die.
freezing to death.
Yes. That water is colder than it looks.
And it looks really cold.
Yes.
Sorry, my audio got weird for a sec, but we're back. So you all you can kind of see the map. You should all be. Can you all see your map?
Yes,
Yes.
I can
Yes.
see the map.
Cool. So you should see a big building and some smaller buildings, and you should see yourselves outside. But you make your way to this cabin, and as you approach, you see perched on the edge of a snowy ridge above a gorge is a black lodge on wooden stilts. Whatever path might have led to this ramshackle retreat lies buried under snow. Icy steps climb to a snow-covered walkway that clings to the south side of the structure. The building's slumped posture and sagging snow-covered roof, coupled with the broken windows and loose flapping shutters, suggest utter abandonment. Large snowdrifts huddle around the rotting stilts and engulf a nearby woodshed and outhouse. Only the wind visits this sinister place.
Yeah, if anybody needs to pee, there's an outhouse right there.
I'm gonna open the outhouse.
Okay, I mean, it seems like if you are you wanting to like really investigate this outhouse, or are you just opening
yeah.
the door?
No, I'm wanting to have a look and see what's up in there.
Okay, give me investigation, please.
Ain't gonna be great.
Okay, so you notice that this is indeed an outhouse and that somebody has used it. You can't quite tell how recently they've used it.
That's fair. Smells in there, guys.
I mean, obviously.
I mean, it is in fact an outhouse, Deacon.
Sure, people poop.
I'm just saying, like, if you leave poo out in the freezing cold long enough, you don't smell it anymore.
So yeah, it was recent.
So it was recent enough that I could still smell it.
Hmm.
Which could be days or longer.
Nah, not in this cold. I'm gonna knock on the cabin door. I'm just gonna knock.
You're gonna go all the way up there.
Where's
Okay.
the door?
The door, yeah, you're kind of close to it. Give
I
me
see it.
to get,
This
yeah,
door?
Oh, here it is.
Or this door?
yeah, that's where the door is. So
Okay.
you're gonna have to use a little bit of a dexterity to get across some of these gaps in the deck. This is a very worn down house. Can you give me a dex roll just to get over some of that area?
Could I argue athletics?
You can argue athletics. That is fine.
Yeah.
You should be. I moved everybody over here.
Mikey, if you're doing a DM view, you have to move yourself over to look at things.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, you should be with the players then. Actually, no. I have to give you a character then, so you can be on the screen.
Huh. That is neat.
That's
Oh, because you have
interesting.
dynamic lighting involved, and
Mhm.
Mikey doesn't have a character.
Yes.
Mikey, our producer, needs a character so he can see things.
I'm gonna make Mikey a character really quick.
Should be one of the cam heads from Actuary of Blasphemy. I don't have art ready to go for that though, so don't do that.
There we go. Anything you want to do? Did you roll your athletics?
Yeah, I got a 23.
Val got up there. I think I fell
Yeah.
down.
So you're. Yeah. So Deacon fell. Give me a D4. You're very
Falling damage
close.
is
And
a
what do
D6.
you want us to roll for up there, Ben?
I
Yeah,
rolled
but
a
it wasn't
3.
very far because it was just on the step.
I rolled a 3.
Acrobatics? Ben?
Okay, you'll take 3 damage for falling on the stairs.
Ow.
All right, so
Deacon,
I
are
will
you
roll.
alright?
Just my butt. It's fine. I'll be all right.
Busting
will
your
roll.
ass over here.
Dex as well. 11.
Why am I drawing? Hold on.
You want an acrobatics or a dex save?
Oh,
Alright.
I definitely want the
Either
Dex.
are fine. Okay, you should have vision now, Mike.
Can somebody help me get up there, please?
So if I got up there, I'm going to try to help Deacon up there.
Okay.
So this is an acrobatics check would work too, as well as an
Yeah, you
athletics
can do
check.
acrobatics.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think I'll do athletics. No, I fucked it up again. So hopefully someone caught me.
Wow.
Dude, this game
Bro.
like roll.
Is anyone wanting to assist?
I just said I
Yeah,
wanted
I'll
to
assist.
assist him.
Even
Yeah.
with an assist,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
still an 8.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you're just struggling to get up there.
Yeah.
Anyway, somebody else can go to the door if you'd like.
Slippery
I'm at
armor.
the door with my 23. I was gonna go knock.
Yeah, so Val's already at the door.
Yeah.
So while everyone's helping Deacon get his ass to the door, Niall is already there. And you knock and there's nothing.
Oh, there's nothing. I'm gonna open the. Is the door locked?
The door's not locked.
Okay. Then I will open the door.
You do.
Hola. Anyone
So-
home?
Yeah. So this room contains the lingering smells of burnt wood and flesh. You also catch
Oh.
the faint odor of wine. Snow has fallen through the holes in the roof, then been pushed to the corners by stiff winds blowing through the broken windows. The walls and furniture are scorched black, including a table with the charred remains of a book on it. Next to the table, on the floor, amid several broken wine bottles, a mostly incinerated skeleton, and a round frost-covered object about 6 inches in diameter.
That's
Why does this have
unfortunate.
witchcraft written all over it?
So you got me
Deacon,
up,
you've
right?
made it to the Deacon, you've made it to the door by this point.
All right.
It took you a few
And I'm
I wanna
assuming it
follow
smells
you
like
in.
long pig, so I think Copper's Acolyte's dead.
Can I just take a good look at the skeleton? Just investigate that skeleton.
Yes, give me investigation, please.
You said there was a.
I got a 10.
Got a 10. You find the skeleton. You don't find really anything on the skeleton.
Can
All right.
I take a look at that sphere? What you mentioned?
Yes.
So I'm like looking at it, and it's what did it look like?
It looks like it almost looks like a piece of coal in the middle, like some kind of rock, and then around it there are 2 rings that are intersecting, as if you imagine like the structure of an atom. You've got like the rock in the middle, and then you've got these 2 rings that are orthogonal to each other on the outside.
And so, like, does it look like I could pick it up?
Yes, it does look like you can pick it up.
All right. So I better pick it up.
Be careful about touching funny rocks.
Zephyrus is
Oh.
just going to stare at
Right.
Deacon.
All right, with that, I'm gonna need. I think Val and Zephyrus are the closest. Give me a Constitution save, please. Zephyrus, you are far enough back to where I don't need one from you.
Oh, sorry.
What do we need?
Ooh.
You don't need to do anything. Just Niall and
Oh my god. Oh no.
I got a
Wow.
21.
No.
all right. So what's gonna happen is
Wow.
Oh no.
okay. So Zephyrus, you are taking.
I got a 17.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't need one from you. You're fine.
Okay.
You're far away.
Okay.
But this is not great. So, Bull, you're gonna take 94 damage from the explosion.
So I'm dead.
Now
then.
you're gonna take half that.
Mm-hmm. They're both down.
So are you? I'm guessing.
Mhm.
You're both down.
I'm so dead. I came all the way back around.
Yeah.
And the way that it is the difference between you went down is the difference between is more than half is the so we did 90 like I took so if I took half of 94 because the way it does if it takes more than your HP like half your HP past it you're dead like there's no death
Yeah, there's
sentence,
no.
you're dead.
You're dead.
Mhm.
I'm dead. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just got to do some calculations.
Do some math.
Yep.
So
94.
Did we just kill Deacon? Is that what
47.
Deacon just killed Deacon.
I'm
So-
unconscious. Because it's 47.
You both
Yeah.
just disappear in ashes. This pile of ashes
The pile of ashes.
falls right where Deacon and Niall previously were.
Zip, zip, zap, 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 meh.
So with this,
What the
I
fuck?
need
Zephyrus.
I need
How do
I
we-
need some things from a couple of you.
Mm-hmm.
So I need so that I can figure this out, because that's a lot of damage. I'm gonna need for Zephyrus and Eleonora to not listen to this next part of the conversation.
Okay.
So if you can take off your headphones, I'll let you know in chat when you can come back in. But okay, I want to make sure they can't hear me. All right. So what is going to happen here? You both now wake up, and you can, strangely enough, you can see, and you're in the cabin,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe you can even see your body, which is odd because you're not the only one that can see you here now. As you awaken slowly, you realize that somebody's trying to talk to you. And you can understand him, but you know that no sound is actually coming out because, well, you're a ghost, just like this guy.
Hmm.
You look down at your body, and it's not quite what you remember. And you zone back in, and you hear, and you see this green giant talking head that says, "Welcome to the border of the ethereal plane." So here's what's going to happen before you react to this. You two are now, you're dead. You're ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
But this is only temporary. So what's going to happen? There's some rules for what you can, and I'm going to put these in the Discord chat that I have with both. So you can decide what your spirit form is going to look like. Pick whatever you want. You can be like a talking head, you can be a unicorn, you can be a blob of goo, I don't care. You can pick whatever you look like. You are not a creature, cannot be harmed, cannot attack, cannot make saving throws, cannot be forced to move, and conditions do not apply to you. But you cannot cast spells, and you cannot use special abilities, and you cannot attune to magic items.
Okay.
You cannot communicate directly with the material plane.
Okay.
You have a flying speed of 30 feet and can pass through solid surfaces. You cannot travel farther than 30 feet from the cabin, and you can make checks, but you cannot use any modifiers. So things that you can do. You can use your action to exert up to 5 pounds of force on a creature or object no more than 5 feet away from you in the material plane using a charisma check. If the force that you use is not strong enough to harm, but it can be used to write a word in the dust, in the frost, you can move small objects, you can tap somebody, you can operate tools. That's kind of what you can do. And you can see other spirits in the ethereal plane and speak with them.
Okay.
So
sorry, it was very hard for me to hear
that.
all that because of all the feedback I was hearing, but I think I got it. So do we choose a form? We choose a form.
You can.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put all of that again. I have screenshots of this. I'm gonna put it in the Discord, so you should be able to reference it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Well, this is a regular.
Here you go. Here it is. And so you see this floating head. And he welcomes you to the ethereal plane. I am Macreatus, and I'm sorry that you're dead as well, but, you know, I needed company, I guess.
I don't want to be here to give you company. My god's not going to be happy about this.
Mine either.
Well, if you ever want to get back to the material plane,
Yeah.
you can help by if we can get my summer star working again, it should theoretically get us back to the material plane. The problem is we cannot interact with the items. We can't attune to it in order for it to work. But there's also some problems with this machine. As you noticed, it exploded when you touched it. So I'd like it to not do that again. So if we can find a way to fix it and to attune to it, we can make it work. We go back to the material plane, and then hopefully the device will change the weather.
So hold on a second. You're saying that what we need to do to it, we can't do.
You cannot really do much, but I can give you all of the information I know. And I noticed that there are a couple other people here. Is that correct? You're not alone.
By the way, I'm standing before you as an owl bear.
Nice.
Oh, lovely. Love owl bears. So this sounds odd, but and it's going to take some creativity, but if we can find a way to communicate with your friends, and then they can fix the summer star and attune to it, and they can bring us back. But it's going to be tricky because they can't hear us. They cannot hear anything that is going on right now. So out of character, what's going to happen is when we let the others back in, for the first bit, I want them to have to figure out that it's you two communicating to them.
Gotcha.
By whatever weird means is happening. So, for the beginning, you're going to message in that Discord chat what you want to do, how you want to communicate with them. I will relay it back to them, and once they figure out what's going on, I'll let you all talk as if you're on the same plane.
Let me reread this. Strangely, you can see. Don't worry, it's only temporary. Dying is part of this encounter. This is way back to life if you can work. You are not a creature, cannot be harmed, cannot attack. You can communicate directly with material plane. You can fly speed of 30. You can make checks, but gain no modifiers. And then your actions exert. So we can't make a sound, right?
No, you cannot make a sound. Unless you use an object. You can make sounds with objects in the material plane, but you cannot verbalize.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Gotcha.
Any other questions before I let the others back in?
No, I'm good.
Oh, it's good.
Okay, this is
We're
going to
just
be a little
rolling
chaotic.
new characters, right?
But yeah, if they don't tell them that bit until they figure out what's going on, just message me in the Discord and I'll relay what actions you're wanting to take. All right?
Perfect.
Okay.
I'm excited that the audience knows this and that they don't.
Okay, cool.
Put it there. I'll also put it in this Skype chat so you can see it. Yeah, I'm going to put it there. Yeah, and we are going to take a short break. All right, we are back, and with kind of a cliffhanger before we went to the break because we just killed off Deacon and Niall. So, with that being said, while they are in the back doing what they need to do to get back into the game, we're going to go to Zephyrus and Eleonora. What would you like to do?
So Zephyrus is face is covered in Nile ash,
Hmm.
and he like falls to his knees and like puts his hand in the little pile and is just shaking and sobbing,
Yeah,
just
that about
completely
encompasses
unable
it.
to process it.
Just
And when he
So-
sees that Eleonora is doing the same thing, he like actually just hugs her.
but Zeffy, there. How? How do we? What?
Okay, okay. We need to get a hold of ourselves. That's a magical item. It's dangerous.
No shit, Sherlock.
I am stating the obvious here, right now, because I need to do that to center myself, not because I am treating you like an idiot, okay?
No, I got you.
Okay. We do not need to touch that
How
thing.
do we? No kidding. What do we? What
We
do we
are
do
going
now?
to sweep up our friends' remains. We're going to bag them, and we'll deliver them to their families at a later date. I don't know if Deacon would even want us to. We'll find something right to do by them. But that item is dangerous. We need to be very
Definitely.
careful with it. I suspect
We're
it
just
was
we're
the
gonna leave it
item-
right the fuck there, cause you're not gonna touch it, and I'm not gonna touch it.
I'm not going to touch it either. Don't get me wrong
It
there.
can stay right
it's a-
there.
Well, Eleanor, that's the thing. That's very powerful magic.
Well, it apparently incinerates everybody that touches it, so we're gonna leave it right the fuck there, and whoever touches it'll just die. So
Eleonora, that could be very useful.
well, if we can't touch it, how do you expect us to carry it?
Zephyrus is going to get behind the wall, like between the wall and the device, break the
Okay.
head off an arrow, and
Okay.
shoot the device to see what happens with Eleanor behind him.
Okay, so you do that. So you both kind of go hide behind the wall. And are you still holding some of the ash from your friends?
It
Did you pick that
is
up?
in separate bags and in Zephyrus's pack.
Okay, you feel something moving around in your pack.
The fuck? Eleanor, stop messing with my pack.
I wasn't touching you. You should know that I wouldn't touch you without your consent.
I'm sorry, I'm a little on edge. I'm just feeling
I
things, I think.
understand.
And Zephyrus is just going to open his pack and look through it
Did-
real quick.
I was about to say, did his bag
So-
vibrate enough for me to notice? Like, is it? Can I roll perception to
No,
see if I could tell?
you wouldn't be able to tell.
Okay.
No, you couldn't tell. Yeah, so you see like the some of the ashes kind of shifted a little bit.
Huh. Thought that was secure. I normally
And
pack better than
around
that,
that same
Eleanor.
time, you see somebody. You just see the device next to the skeleton guy. It was on the floor, and it just like you see it shooting across the room. It hits one of the walls, and then like kind of rebounds, goes to another wall, and then stops. It does not go off. It hits the wall like with a clang, and then kind of rolls about as if you threw a metal ball at the side of the wall.
Okay. Reassessing the situation.
We burn the house down with this in it.
What?
Better idea? Because I'm thinking that's a pretty good idea.
All right. Zephyrus is going to get out a pen and paper and like just be thinking of this and kind of drawing out the room while just staying outside of it very carefully.
Okay.
All right. So it can move. It can move, and it explodes if it touches you.
Which makes it terrifying.
Immensely so.
I mean, I'm still voting that we burn the house down. We leave, we burn the house down. Let it be what it'll be.
So you see where the device was on the ground now? It then moves up, maybe like 4 feet, and then launches across the room again in kind of like an arc, and then lands on the ground, maybe bounces a time or two, and then stops moving again.
This is the world's scariest bouncy ball.
No. That was an arc, right? That's like...
It was an arc. It was a clear arc. Yep.
That's not a straight line. That's an arc. That's like someone
I hear
throwing.
wolves in the distance.
That's like someone throwing a ball. That's weird. I don't know if this is what we thought it was. I don't know what to think here, Eleonora.
I think that we burn the house down and we fucking leave.
I think that's a terrible idea.
I think it's a great plan.
Can you two give me perception checks, please?
Sure.
Give me perception.
I mean, why not? We've gathered up what's left of our friends. We can take Niall to his mom's, and we can just go home.
I got a 7.
You said perception, right, Ben?
Perception, yeah.
It's just, Eleonora, what if we try to burn that thing down, and it explodes, and it takes out everything around it?
Well, then everything's worth being exploded.
Have you seen what kind of damage a magical item will do if it explodes?
I mean, I just watched it turn my friends into powder.
Okay, here's the thing. It exploded everything around it. The item itself has not exploded. If that thing were to explode itself, there's no telling how much damage it would cause.
Well, then it's not our problem, then, is it? Because then we're all dead. And 10 Towns is fucked. We don't have to worry about it being a forever winter if everyone's dead already.
Eleonora?
Okay, so a couple... so with that perception roll, Zephyrus
Niall would be
doesn't
so
know
proud
what's
of me
going on.
right now.
But, Eleonora, you see something that's written on the window. One of the windows near you.
Was there writing on that window before? Zephy, do you see that?
Zephyrus looks where she's pointing.
Do you
It
see,
says-
do you see that?
It says, Deacon Spencer was here. And then there's still... It looks like the dust is moving underneath it to where it says, is still here.
I see.
Shit. They're fucking ghosts.
I mean,
Deacon, why did you throw the fucking thing? I'm assuming that was you that threw it.
that feels like a Niall action, though. Yeet the scary ball at people? That sounds like it's got Niall written just all the way over it.
Okay, now it would definitely
And
be
while
callous
this is
enough to
happening,
do it.
While this is happening, you see the skeleton head has been removed from the body, and now its mouth is moving as if it's trying to talk to you. And with that being said, I'm going to allow your companions to once again verbally join. So there's some rules here going forward, but I wanted you all to figure out what was going on, and it seems like you have. So you are divided. Your party is split. 2 of you, Zephyrus and Eleonora, are both in the material realm, and Deacon and Niall are both ghosties. So how this is working, you cannot... Well, the ghosties cannot verbally communicate with you, but they can interact with objects in the material world with a few restrictions, which we talked about, kind of what the confines of that are. So, you as a party need to figure out what's going on and how to complete this quest, knowing that you can't really talk a whole lot. But I'm going to let the ghosties talk to each other in the game, and it's metagaming a little bit, but since you both know that they are actively doing this, we can enjoy this together and listen to the story as a group. So I'm going to let them back in to do their piece.
That was writing on the window was way smarter. I don't know how they would figure out a moving jaw was talking. I figured there'd be some sort of like high perception Ivan code that goes with it. But you should just write on the dust attuned to Scary Ball.
Zephyrus
Why did you
is getting
throw
out
it
a
at me?
sheet of paper.
I was
and,
trying to show that we existed
You
here.
knew I wouldn't catch it.
Like, I'm
Zephyrus
sorry,
gets out a
I
sheet of
thought your mom would have taught you how to play catch. I'm a little grouchy. I'm dead because of you. I'm not supposed to be.
Zephyrus gets out a sheet of paper and a stick of charcoal and just kind of sets it down.
That's
But if
actually.
they're
I tossed the
But
skull
if they're
at
dead,
Deacon.
can they even touch that? Maybe they can only touch the weird ball.
They touch the dust just fine.
I mean, fair. I don't know how this works.
Also, you know for a fact Niall was the one playing with the skull.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Yeah, that's got Niall written
So-
all the way over it, just like yeeting the ball into nowhere. Like, cause throwing the scary ball at people sounds like a Niall thing to do.
I yeet the skull
So-
at Deacon to catch.
We have to find out how to fix it so nobody gets killed, right?
So, like, when I look over at the floating green ghosty that's also with us, what exactly were
Yep.
the rules again on this
Yeah.
friend?
So this is my summer star. And you see, when I put this together, I thought that the two rings were going to be able to contain the magic, but they
What rings?
they cannot. The rings, you know, so there's the rock and then there's the rings that intersect on the outside. It turns
Okay.
out that's not enough.
Okay.
So
It's not enough.
do you have more rings to add to this device?
I
what
do
do
not.
we got to do?
So you can, I'm not sure if it would work. You can try to maybe forge another one, but there are, I don't know if you noticed the runes on the outside of the rings, but those matter. And I'm not sure where, what the runes need to be on the final ring. So I have books in places. You might need to
Okay.
look through them. But that is for you to figure out, is how to fix the machine. I think the ring might work, but we can
Where are your
find out.
books at?
So Zephyrus, we're
Um,
burning the house down, right?
No, we're not burning the house down.
So I pick up the charcoal and just write, "Do not touch, must be fixed."
Oh, no shit, Niall. Wait, no. Was that Niall? And I look at the handwriting.
That feels very.
The skull is still floating, so it's like in the same place. So
Oh, wait, Niall's got the skull.
Wait,
Okay,
wait.
That's Deacon.
Niall. Yes, if it's
I
you.
look-
No,
I
if
look-
it's not you.
I shake the skull head no.
Okay. See, Deacon wrote that. We can use the head for yes and no's, and Deacon can
Wait,
write.
no, I thought you were
big
asking
words.
Niall if he was carrying the skull.
No. I gestured to the paper. Niall, is this you? Did you write this?
I shake the head no.
See? So Deacon wrote this.
Hmm.
Deacon says no touchy must fix. So we
Niall,
shouldn't
did-
play kickball with it.
Niall, did you steal my copy of Down Under Babes Quarterly?
I shake the head no.
Damn it.
All of a sudden, "sorry" is written on the paper.
Tell them that they need to find books with runes.
Yeah, books with runes. I write down that there are books that they need to locate that will help them find it. They're looking for books with runes that match the runes on the star.
Okay,
Or-
so we
Did
find them and we
scavenger hunt
destroy
with
them.
books?
No, do not destroy them. They're needed to fix the star.
Oh, okay.
Do not burn, must read. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Deacon, what if I don't know how to read?
She's a bard and she doesn't know. She knows how
Then
to
you
read.
She
dropped
has
out
to
of
know
the
how to
I
college
read.
for
was
nothing.
saying, what if?
She can read music.
Can
She
you
knows
make
how to
that
read.
skull like roll its eyes?
Like I just kind of. God dang it! Is there any candles around here? I just kind of like do the motion with the head if I was rolling eyes. Like,
Okay. Zephyrus is
okay.
going
I
to
love this.
look. Zephyrus is going to look around for books.
Okay, let's hunt for books and try not to step on any remaining ash we didn't manage to scoop up of our friends
What's the
since they
title?
decided to get
Okay.
out pottery. Is there no other doors in this room?
So I'll move you to the correct room that you were in. That is a room you can go into. That's the workshop. You all would be in this main room over here.
Okay.
Where's Eleonora?
Now we
Hold
can
on.
pass through the walls, right?
You can, yeah. Oh, I see Eleanor now. Yeah, so that's the main room. You can, we don't need to like. You can move yourselves for the sake of you knowing what rooms there are, but we're mostly gonna theater of the mind this.
Mhm.
So if you tell me what room you want to go into, I can kind of tell you where you're at.
Zephyrus, which rooms are you checking first?
Zephyrus is going to check the workshop rooms first.
Okay, I'm going to check whatever this door I'm standing closest to is. I forgot how to ping things.
Okay. So I'll read the workshop. Is it the workshop? Frost covers every surface of this abandoned workshop. So you see in this workshop a set of smith's tools and a set of tinker's tools spread out across a wooden table with some twisted bits of metal. There's also a bookcase against the north wall.
Going straight to that bookcase and looking at it.
Okay, there's a family of squirrels.
Move, please.
So
Move,
the
please.
squirrels move out of the way.
Thank
Everything
you.
else, there's some scraps of paper and nothing else on this bookshelf. Just squirrels and paper.
Sorry to disturb your nest. And Zephyrus puts the nest back together with the crumpled pieces of paper.
What a good squirrel dad.
You have a beautiful home. Is there another room down this way to the? Looks like an exit here. No.
I think that's a window.
Which
Okay.
it's probably a window.
I want to go to the room above me.
Okay.
Before she goes in there, can I there looks like can I get under the sheets and just
Yeah, you can get under the sheets
Yeah,
and
okay.
be ghosty.
Yeah.
So I'll read off that room.
Yeah,
It's
ping it, but
an
I don't remember
abandoned
how.
bedroom. So a stiff wind blows through the broken window on the east wall, causing the tattered gray curtains to billow and flap like angry ghosts. Snow covers the bed and much of the surrounding floor. It seems like this room hasn't been used for a while.
All right.
Nothing else in here.
Nothing else in here. That's it for this room.
Nope.
All right. Well, next room. There's not like a writing desk in this room or anything that might contain scraps of paper.
No,
Okay.
not in that room.
Okay.
So in the northwest room, Zephyrus is going to take a look around.
Like the small room or like that bigger room in the middle?
Bigger room in the middle. I didn't even
Okay,
realize there was
Let's
another.
do that. So this room contains a fireplace and 2 empty bookcases. Tacked to the walls and strewn across the floor are frost-covered blueprints. Face down on the floor next to one of those blueprints is a tiny man made out of clay.
Fucking creepy. He's got a little fetish here.
Do you want to look at any of the blueprints?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the blueprints.
I go
Okay.
to the
You
green.
can also look at the.
I'm gonna go back to the green dude and ask about the little tiny man made out of clay. What the hell's that about?
Okay. Okay. That is my homunculus. It's my magical assistant. And his name is Blair, and it's not alive anymore because it's connected with me.
Right.
Can it be possessed?
You could possess it. I don't see why not.
I would like to possess the homunculus, please.
Give me a charisma check to possess the
Just a
homunculus.
straight check, right? Like no modifiers.
Yeah, no mods. You don't get any mods.
Okay, I'm gonna just roll my dice here for a second. That's a straight 15.
Okay, you can possess the homunculus.
Fuck yes. Just
You still
like,
can't speak. All the other requirements are still in place.
No, that's fine. So,
Oh yeah.
like, I am now a moving doll. I'm gonna go find Eleonora. like jump and be like, do I have is it the same ones from the DMG, like with the little wings?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna fly.
You can do. That's
Uh,
fine. Yeah.
Am I still in the same room as this thing?
Yeah. Yeah. You can see this happen.
Gotcha.
What the fuck?
Like, I wave at Deacon, like, not, and then I wave at I wave at Zephyrus, like, and
That
I give
was-
you 2 thumbs up.
That was far too firm a thumbs up to be Deegan. That was not.
So you look at the blueprints and it looks like they are the plans for the Summer Star device.
I will roll them up and take them with me.
Okay. You do.
And now to the last room.
And I don't think I talked about the other bedroom. Somebody went in it, so I'll describe the room that you're in now, and I'll also describe the room that you kind of passed through that we didn't talk about. So this room, you walk in, and the scent of wine fills this room, and you see 4 frost-covered barrels.
Mighty tempting right now.
It might be haunted. Let's not touch it. Let's touch as few things in this fucking place as possible.
I could really use a drink, though. You're right. You're right. You're
I
right.
asked the green guy if the wine's okay.
The wine is delicious, but why do people need to drink my wine? Please don't drink my wine. That's special.
If we fix
It's
this,
expensive.
your wine is getting, like, actually I have a telepathic bond with the fucking green skull now. Okay, like, because I'm technically, my spirit is on the same plane and I'm in his homunculus. I, like, look
Yep.
over and you just hear little, like, homunculus, like, the homunculus's lips are moving, but there's no words coming out of it, but it's like, nah, bro, I think you fucking owe us wine when we're done with this shit. I think it'll be a special occasion.
Those barrels are kind of dusty. Yeah.
Yeah. They're so dusty. Some
Yeah,
dusty
so
barrels.
I just write, go ahead.
Why would you do that? That's not your property.
I mean, it
Your
seems like
device
Deacon
got me
said it was
killed.
okay, so
Yeah, but does Deacon mean everything he says?
I mean sarcastically, but usually.
Hmm. Let's
on,
hold off.
on another one of them, I write, safe to drink.
Well, that's good to know.
I don't,
Also, I should
don't
probably
like
be
Hold on.
sober in case I have to do any smithing. It feels like
Well,
I'm
then-
going to have to do some smithing.
Deacon, safe to drink on the same level that rock was safe to touch, or?
Much safer.
Oh, okay.
I like tug on Zephyr's like cloak for him to. I'm behind him, like floating as a homunculus.
Yes, creepy Nile doll.
Yeah, I point to the wine thing, and then I point to myself, and I open my mouth, and I go me
Zephyrus finds if there's a keg that's already been tapped, and if not, he will bung it himself with whatever tools are available.
Okay, you tap a barrel.
And I open up the spout for the homunculus.
Okay, and the homunculus is drinking the wine, but unfortunately,
Yes!
in ghost form, you're not benefiting a whole lot.
No, but the body I currently possess.
The homunculus is, but
Yeah, absolutely. Its little belly just gets like a little bit bigger, and it's just like like Stitch, just like
Yeah. But more importantly, everyone who can hear me, this feels weird to talk to you without you here. We haven't found the book.
Oh fuck, there's no book.
We
I
found
am going to give you
blueprints.
something. So in the other bedroom that we didn't really talk about, there's a letter that I'm going to share to all of you. You can feel free to read it out loud if you'd like to, or not. That's up to you all as the party, but you find this.
Sorry.
Okay.
Can you repeat that? God, I've been disassociating really hard, and it's nobody's fault. My brain's just there today. Ah, there's a letter that is
Yep.
in.
I'll read
I
it
can't
out loud
physically
if
read
we're
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Macradius, I've had enough of this damned, relentless cold. I feel it creep into my bones, my head, my heart. I'm heading back to 10 Towns for a decent meal and a warm bed. I fear this endless winter has numbed your mind. And any timberer worth their chains can see the summer star is a fool's errand. Maybe without me here to incessantly complain to, you'll finally snap out of your obsession. If you truly insist on dedicating your remaining days to this doomed project, might I suggest that that 3 is better than 2? I considered telling you before, but you were particularly rude about the dinner I made last night. May the light of the morning Lord protect you. Copper.
That fucking dick.
It was a breakup.
Yep. Oh. Homunculus nodding.
So out in the workshop on a table where there's enough dust, I want to draw the device with all 3 rings.
Okay, you do.
And then like an arrow pointing to it, and like maybe I can go tell Niall to bring them out to look at it.
I was
Oh, yeah,
planning
yeah,
on going
sure.
to the workshop next.
Yep, I start tugging on y'all.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay,
You are
alright,
tugging
Niall.
very hard.
There, Niall. Don't get worked up into a tizzy. I
don't know, I don't-
pat
I don't-
Niall's head.
I don't
That's
think it's a good
being
call to
said.
tone police somebody who just died.
Fortunately, Niall does not know any sort of sign language, so or thieves can't.
That's not true. He knows sign language. He knows the bird. Everyone does.
That's what I do. I give you the bird.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's Niall, all right.
And then I make a little heart shape.
Yep, definitely Niall. But Niall, how are you supposed to cuddle and keep me warm if you're dead?
You could put him in an
Just-
oven first.
I don't think he'd like that very much.
What if you put him in like a hot water bottle?
Well, that's just a lot of work. He was just warm before, and now he's not.
Anyway, Niall, what is it you're showing us?
I'm just tugging you to the other room.
I go in the other room.
Yeah, into the workshop. Yeah.
It's mighty dusty in here.
hmm
Hey, look! It's more of Deacon's handwriting on this table. It's a shape. Kind of looks like that rock.
I can I pick up the device? We can carry the device around, right? As ghosts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
can carry
threw
it.
Yeah. So I bring it over. I set it down on the table.
Ah, Jesus, fuck! Don't bring that to me. No.
And then like I like point an arrow pointing at that, and like connect it to an arrow pointing to my drawing with the 3 rings on it.
Oh, so
I
3
think
rings.
I understand.
It needs a 3rd ring. Yeah.
And then
But
I
we
write
didn't find any-
yes.
But we didn't find any other things with runes on it, did we?
Yeah, and we need the runes for the 3rd band, don't we?
And I circle yes.
So where's the book?
It's not here. We've looked.
I go back to
Ah!
the green
I-
dude.
I go and I like land on the table, and I like frantically, and I write copper on it.
You think Copper has it?
Motherfucker.
Fucker.
Oh, that's
God
smart.
damn it.
You look to Macretus, didn't you?
Hmm.
He just tells you, no, Copper does not have it. I did not give
No?
him any permission for my books. The problem is, I might have been holding the book when the device went off.
Oh,
So that I think if you see my skeleton there, I know you would rummaged around in my skeleton a little bit, which is very rude, and I can't believe you would do something like that. But you didn't look very hard, clearly, because there's a book right next to me. It's charred. It's not much of the book left, but maybe there's enough of the book.
You could have said
For the
something
runes.
sooner, my dude. You could have said it like right away. The book that the runes are in are right here next
Who
to my skeleton. You could have just said that without us having to like spin. I couldn't have even had to possess your homunculus. I'm keeping this.
Who? Yeah, but I'm. Do
You
you not
could have
understand?
said something.
I am tied to this cabin, and I haven't had entertainment in 3 days. It's been 3 days. So
You know how
I
when-
needed something to do.
Hey, Eleonora, who is Niall arguing with? Because I have never seen him look that frustrated with Deacon.
I don't know. I'm afraid. I don't want to find out.
The best part about being in the homunculus is that I am very physically expressive.
You know what? I bet.
I have
if
the
I had to
skull
make
now.
a guess,
Yeah.
it's probably whatever personages belonged to that skeleton over there.
I'm holding
Oh.
the skull and I'm drawing cocks on it.
That's rude. Why would you do something like that?
I'm gonna go like get Fly over to the room to find this
I'm
book.
following. I'm following.
Yeah, and I like land on the book that's next to the skeleton.
Okay.
If you ever get your body back, I want you to know that there's a charcoal cock drawn on your skull inside your body.
That's very rude. You defiled my body.
I look through
You could have just told us.
I look through
less
the book, but Zephyrus is feeling particularly tired, so he uses the hands of the skeleton to sort of prop the book open.
Okay,
Help
so
you.
this
mean, the
book
book-
is very, very badly burned. Most of it is ashes. But on the spine of the book, you can read the letters ether, Ether, and it's obvious that these letters were part of a longer title, which you don't know. But there are some fragments of pages. Can you give me? What do I want you to roll for this? We'll do it intelligence or whatever along with intelligence you can think might be helpful to figure out what runes are there.
It has to be an intelligence one. Let me see.
Yeah, something off of intelligence.
I don't think
Dude.
nature would be right. I think I'm just gonna have to give you base
Arcana,
intelligence
maybe?
if I'm doing it. I don't
Yeah, you
have
can-
knowledge arcana. Would you want to do this, Eleanor? Eleonora, did you
I mean,
learn anything
I'm
in
not
that first year
proficient
class
in it, but
you dropped out of?
I might can read. I can try. I'm not proficient in it.
Please go right ahead.
I'm gonna try Arcana. It's a 4.
Is that your 4? So no, you cannot find the runes.
Let me take a look. I do not have high hopes about this. Just base intelligence. That's all I have to offer.
Yeah, no,
The
you can't
3,
discern
a
anything
3.
from this burned book.
I got nothing, Eleonora. This is
Me
absolute
either.
shit. What irresponsible, conjurous asshole.
What an actual literal dick.
Hmm. Zephyrus also draws a dick on the skull.
Do any of the ghosties want to try to see if they can figure out which runes are the correct ones?
That would be fun, yeah.
Okay. Deacon, I know you are smarter than me, and if you come back to life, I will tell you that as many times as I have to. I'm going to hold this book open, and you just shake your ashes every time you're ready for me to turn the page.
Or
Okay?
you could just tell me and I can give him a thumbs up. I give you a thumbs up.
So there's my Arcana check.
Okay, so you are able to find the page with the runes on them.
So I point that out to Niall, so Niall can signal the right runes.
Are these,
Niall seems to be telling us something.
are these it, Niall? All right. And so I have to make a ring. Do we know what size I have to make the ring? Is there anything specific about that?
I just point to the other 2 rings.
I'm gonna assume similar size to those ones.
Well, it has to be big enough to encapsulate the other 2, right?
Probably.
But, I'm wondering if there's like a specified distance that it has to be. And
I ask the green guy.
Well,
Circumference?
see, clearly, if I knew that there needed to be a third ring, I would have put the third ring there. So this is purely experimental.
And
if,
what size
if
would
it's
you
going
have
to work?
made
So
it?
I would hypothesize I would make it bigger, yes, to encompass the other ones, but keep it at angles that are, if you have those 2 that are perpendicular, then the other one should
Yeah, like the
not be
space rings,
directly in
gotcha.
line with the other ones. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of character, those NASA space spinny rings that you see.
Yeah.
Gyroscopes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Gyroscope thing. Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
I'm gonna draw that out in dust. Actually, no. You left me paper and a pencil.
Charcoal.
Is it charcoal? I'm gonna draw the rough completed draft and write down. Doesn't have to be perfect.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that they. Do you think they just don't know what size it's supposed to be and they're just using us as guinea pigs?
I write down experimental device.
I mean,
Oh,
Zephyrus,
God's fucking
listen.
damn it.
Listen. Best case scenario, we get it close enough to good and it's fine. Worst case scenario, it doesn't
We
matter because we're
blow
both
up
dead.
the entirety of 10 towns.
I also
Yeah,
write down
fine.
flip a coin to see which one of you has to touch it.
No, I'm
I'll
touching
touch it.
No, you're not.
We can both touch it together.
No, you don't get to do that to me.
Yes. I mean, what's
You are
that?
not allowed to die, Eleonora.
Well, you're not allowed to die on me either, Zephyrus. We're
You
either
better
going to
have
live
some healing
together or
spells
die
prepared.
together.
You better have some healing spells prepared.
Don't I always? I mean, Deacon
Okay.
is very good at dropping a hammer on his foot.
Did I see any indication of a smithy?
Yeah, in the workshop.
I
Yeah.
go into the workshop and I am.
Okay.
Can't believe there's not any magic bullshit I have to do with this. It's just a ring with some runes. How hard could that be? Oh dear God, I am not happy with myself as a person right now. I'm going
Are
to
you
kill everyone.
Proficient with Tinker's tools. by
I am
chance?
proficient with blacksmith's tools.
Okay, I'll let you use blacksmith's tools if you want
All right.
to get that extra proficiency.
Where is... There they are. What's the attribute value on smith's tools? I can find it here in a second.
Not sure.
I would have thought it would automatically assign that for me.
What are you asking for? Sorry.
The attribute value that I use with smith's tools.
The DM can choose it, and you would be proficient in it, so he can make it Dex or Intelligence or Wisdom.
Okay.
It can be whatever attribute you feel like it would be, like Ben would think that it would be.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever. I'm fine with whatever you want to use for it.
I think I want to use my wisdom.
Okay, go for it. I'll let you do it.
All right, did that pull it up? Oh, yeah, I got a 9.
All right. So it's looking a little rough, and maybe
I-
the runes
Can
were
I
not
play
quite
inspiring
correct.
music?
You can absolutely play inspiring music.
I'm pulling my lute out for this.
This
And
is
I am
absolutely
playing.
unacceptable, Eleonora. I'm going to have to give this another try.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather us not die. So I'm going to play something to help you focus.
I'm gonna dance as a homunculus around, like, and perform.
Okay, you all believe in me. You care about me. We're looking out for each other. It'll be fine.
Can I grab hold of his hair like in Ratatouille?
I got a
Yes,
24.
you can.
I got a 24, by the way.
Nice.
Okay.
It was all the
So
hair.
You
It was
yeah,
the
so
music
you,
and the dance.
you are able to forge the ring with the runes.
Yeah, you make it slightly oversized, and then you sort of just get it on something, and you sort of polish it down to the right shape, and then you get out a cold chisel, and you engrave the runes in there in the vise, and yeah. This is
Okay.
bullshit. I hate doing this. This is dumb. Who puts letters on things? Why do they need them? I hate this.
Cool.
See,
so
Niles-
you made a ring.
Okay, so do I just put it on there, sort of snap it on top?
Gotta figure that out.
What do I do from here?
How does this go? Green flame head man, how does he put it?
Just put the ring on.
Yeah.
What is the appropriate way
just-
of attaching this ring? Do I need to
like,
rivet it? Do I need to...
Actually, that's actually not a bad question.
Yeah, does he need to rivet, like, what's...
How does
I
it
would-
attach?
you put
I
the
would
others on?
recommend Well, so I would recommend kind of fitting it around and then, securing it would be a good idea. However you want to secure it shouldn't be a huge deal. However, I would recommend maybe not directly for living people to not directly touch the device while the ring is going on. So you might need to be creative with how
Ha!
you hold said
Wait.
item.
Wait,
Yeah, not a problem.
isn't it us? Why don't we put it on? It's not
Yeah.
too heavy for us to carry, right?
Yeah, I'm not a living
That's
creature. I'm
probably a smart idea.
yeah.
Yeah, so I just take it from Jonathan, or from Zephyrus.
David. Oh, wait, no, that must be. Yeah, that's probably Deacon. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, I knew
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and then I start putting on the.
Zephyrus is going to be far away for this and keep Eleonora further back.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I put it on like he said at the right configuration, like roughly, and then
Okay, you do.
And then is there anything? Can I just use like baling twine or something to tie it together? Something that'll hold it on. There's
Yeah,
some sort of
yeah.
like wire or something in there that I can just wrap around it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that.
And then I'm gonna just like hold it in my hand and toss it up and catch it.
Okay.
You
Now
toss it
what?
up and you catch it yourself.
Yeah, and then just like
Okay. Yeah.
it's gonna float closer to Jonathan, like because I'm reaching out to hand it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Okay.
Zephyrus.
Am I supposed to be touching that?
I think the homunculus needs to nod or something.
The homunculus nods.
Zephyrus, trusting his friends, puts his hands on it.
All right. You put your hands on this device. Would you like to attune yourself to this?
Sure.
Okay. You attune yourself to this device, and as you do so, the device casts a control weather spell. And you notice almost immediately the thing kind of shakes a little bit, the ring starts spinning around, and then it stops moving. And for once, the first time, the sun appears. The fog lifts. The temperature is slowly rising.
Oh, you see this? Oh.
And as this happens, Deacon and Niall once again take their usual forms in the material plane.
I am grabbing them both and I am lifting them up in my arms.
Yes.
It is
yes.
awkward.
1 second. Excuse me. I love you too. I appreciate.
I
and
am cuddling both of them.
Stop. Thank you. I have quick
upon-
business to
upon-
attend to.
Eleonora
Fuck, I have to pee.
interrupting. He opens up everyone and like picks up everyone. He's like, as soon as he hears Niall has to pee, he sets everyone down, backs up.
Okay, I don't
Where's
really
the
have
dickhead
to.
that caused this?
I'm going into the room with the dickhead that caused this immediately.
Yep.
Zephyrus is looking for him. Zephyrus is stomping.
Yeah.
So the ghost of Macretus is not there. The skeleton is still there. Macretus did not make it back with the two of you.
Okay. Scrub the dicks off his bones. We got to give him to his boyfriend.
No,
God
don't.
damn it.
No, we're leaving the dicks drawn on them.
I don't even feel the need.
We are doing a service
Had
by
us
bringing
run
his bones to his
around
boyfriend.
for entertainment, and I just wanted to re-kill him.
He can
For my
come back
entertainment.
This
and
isn't
pick up his boyfriend himself.
This isn't about doing something nice for him. This is about doing something right by Copper. That man's
Right, and
clearly
we'll
been through a
we
lot.
will bring his bones to Copper. but I am not scrubbing the dicks off him because his boyfriend needs to know how much of a real penis this person was.
I don't know. I saw the letter. Maybe he'd appreciate the dicks, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and clean these off, all right?
I am just gonna go the fuck outside.
Sorry I killed you, Niall.
It's fine. It's not your fucking fault. Just fucking.
Deacon,
Zephyrus
Fucking
half-heartedly
if you
slaps.
touch anything
Not in the
again,
mood.
I'm gonna cut your hands off.
Guy's not in the mood. I've been dead all day.
Well, let's shelter for the night, and we can discuss whether or not to get the dicks off him in the morning.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do this evening while you're still there?
I need to go
Oh,
find
I ca-
something to wrestle.
I kind of want to see if I can find a lumber pile and fix up some of the stuff that was broken down. You know, break out some tools and just do some general handyman stuff around the place so that it's better for the next people who stop there for safety.
Okay.
Hey,
Niall,
fix the
we're gonna
stairs.
hold on that for a sec. I'll get back to you. What are you doing, Deacon?
I'm helping Zephy fix the stairs. Falling down
All
3
right.
times trying to get into that place.
I'm drinking all the wine because fuck that guy.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he's gonna be really grumpy if we drink his wine, Niall. We should drink his wine.
I'm outside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I am
bring it.
too. We're fixing the stairs.
We're doing some handyman stuff. You can just, we can just have a little bit while we go at it.
I'm
Mm.
finding whatever is vaguely cup shaped and knocking the dust out of it
The skull?
and I don't threaten me.
I'm drinking out of his skull.
I'm
So,
bringing anything
while-
vaguely cup shaped full of wine for everybody.
Mm.
While you are all having a marvelous time, you notice apart from this area that you're in at the cabin where the sun has come out and it's become a nice day, outside of kind of your area, there seems to be a really bad blizzard all over the rest of Icewind Dale. And we're going to wrap up here in a second, but outside of the cabin, approaching, you see something running towards the cabin. And if you look out the window, it looks to be a person, but not quite. There's something off about this person. If you remember, there was somebody. Actually, you know what? I'll make you roll for this. Give me perception.
Gladly.
19.
6.
There's somebody that most of you, Zephyrus does not remember, but the rest of you remember. This person's kind of familiar to you. She has the familiar face of Etta Brand, the woman who was sacrificed to the FrostMaiden back in East Haven.
Oh, wow. Is
And
she...
she, with her, there are 3 other ice creatures with her, and they are angrily running towards this cabin. And you can ask a quick question, but that's where we're going to
Okay.
leave the cliffhanger.
Is she
for
also
today.
angrily running, or is she running away from these creatures? She running
No,
with
they're
them on her
all
way.
they're
Okay.
all running towards you.
Okay, so like she's
Okay.
with
Okay.
them, not a got you. That was my clarification.
That was me too, yeah.
Yeah,
hmm
yeah.
Okay.
And that is where we'll pick up that combat for next time.